Okay, we are back, and I think we're about ready, so it's time for the N64 game to get your chromatophores pumping. It's Chameleon Twist with Kefka14. Let's go!
Hello, everybody. My name is Kefka14. This is going to be Chameleon Twist. On commentary, we have Qwillinallthefish, or Quill.
Hey, how's
Quill,
it going,
say hello.
everybody?
We did have a bid war, though, for character choice. Who won the bid war?
One second, I'm doing quick refresh here. I want to make absolutely sure. Let me scroll through here. It's being a little slow. Here we go. It is Davey.
Davey. All right, the default character. A good choice. A solid choice. Well done, everyone. All right,
He's blue.
let's get this.
It's great.
It's wonderful. Let's get this run started in 3, 2, 1, go. Oh, actually, that's funny. My bad. One more time. 3, 2, 1, go. I held up preemptively there, and we selected white on accident. Funny. So this is Chameleon Twist. This is the first stage of the game, Jungle Land. Jungle Land, it's a pretty straightforward stage. It's changed a lot since this game was last ran at GDQ in 2014. We skip over half the stage now. We're also running on the Japanese version, which you're not really going to see any big differences from that right away, but that'll come into play a little more in the second stage. More or less, the big movement gimmick with this game is you can use your tongue to grab onto poles and swing around. Across vast distances, it's certainly the most optimal thing to do, like you'll see right here. Oops, we hit the wall. There we go. So, you know, it saves quite a bit of time over just simply walking. One of the very minor differences between the Japanese and US versions is that waterfall there. That water has slightly different properties in the Japanese version in comparison to the US version. So here comes the first big trick. We missed it once. Got it second try. Nice. So that's the whole first stage. We skipped the whole second half of the stage by clipping backwards through the door to immediately go to the boss. And when this boss falls, that'll be a really good time for donations. Just two simple shots. And done. Now is an excellent time for a few donations. And Quill, you can take over beyond that point, please.
All right, gotcha.
Kelchin Ferret sends $100 and says, I don't have much time nowadays to catch these amazing runs, but life won't stop me from donating to Doctors Without Borders. Perhaps one day I'll be doing a speed run on the big stage.
Okay, so, well, we're going into the bomb land here, and this is probably Kefka's favorite stage in the game. He's grinded the ILs of this level really far down, but he'll play it a little bit safer than that for the marathon. Bomb land focused around the bombs and explosions. You're going to be able to knock down these pillars. There's a couple rooms of that. You'll hit these lava room floors, and there's a couple rooms of this. But overall, the mechanics of the game are definitely the most important thing in this whole run. Spinning around poles and using the tongue, a very unique mechanic to this game specifically, and it's really nice to be able to take full advantage of that to get the most out of your movement and make it as optimal as possible. This room looks pretty cool, especially if you get this double shot here. Get straight up the pillars. Bombland has some tricks at the end of it, and the door clip that Kefka did at the beginning of the run, he's going for 2 more here. And these ones are a little bit tighter. These are frame perfect. The previous one has 2 or 3 frames to get it, but the room that he just did, second try, and this one that he's coming up to are both frame perfect. Good stuff. Had 1 missed door clip in a bomb, which is a crazy good rate to get.
Yeah, I'm pretty satisfied with that. That was solid.
I don't think anybody has as good of door clips as you do. And this boss is very quick and easy as long as you get it this one shot, and he gets the one shot, and good stuff to Kefka. And we have time for a donation if you can go in real quick.
All right. Teddy Bear of Death sends $10 and says, I donated during Chameleon Twist 2 to say I'm one of the few people who played and remembered it. And I am again for Twist 1. Good luck with the camera, Kefka.
Thanks.
Okay, so Kids Land. I'm going to explain this real quick and then respond to that donation. This room that we're in right now, you can see a platform moving. There are 4 total rooms where the platforms move like that. In this level, all of those platforms are on a global cycle. What that means for those who are unaware, as soon as Kefka hit A to start Kids Land, all of those platforms started moving. So what he's trying to do is beat the level fast enough to make the best cycles. So if he makes 1 second of mistakes from the beginning of the level through 3 rooms from now, that will mean that he has missed a 10-second cycle. Playing this game, because right here he just got bad RNG, so now he has very likely missed that cycle.
I'm gonna go for it.
All right. Even if he misses it, he doesn't lose any time.
Oh,
Oh, that was so close.
It really was. It's really hard
But
to
as
make
you
that
see-
cycle with that RNG, though. It's basically impossible.
Yeah, I don't think you might be the only person that ever did it. You may be custom. But this is definitely the hardest level in the game for both beginners and top level runners. For different reasons. But the cycle reason for top runners is, it's a run killer for when you're doing high level attempts or world record attempts. I want to point out that Kefka has recently gotten the world record in this category after someone else having it named custom for almost 2 years. And Kefka came back to the game. He's been running the game for about 10 years, and I've been running it for about 8. And Kefka had recently come back to it and just grinded out the 90% world record, which was a feat, for sure.
It's worth mentioning that it's been a long time since I've been at a GDQ event, and it's just very nice to be back, everybody. I think the last time was AGDQ 2015, so it's great to be back and running one of my favorite games, no less.
Now, Kefka's making this room look easy. This room I have watched casual players take 45 minutes alone in. Okay,
Nice.
I'm going to explain what just happened real quick. Kefka just got a frame-perfect pause entering the cake boss. This is a new strategy from the last time this was at GDQ. Now, what he did was save the game, went into the training room, left the training room, and is reloading his file. What that's allowing him to do is move during the cutscene. Now, the pause allowed him to skip the cutscene the first time. Now he's moving during the cutscene, and this can be done on any boss, but now he's able to attack this boss specifically while in the cutscene. He was able to get 3 out of the 4 kids. 4 kids in an extremely tight trick, but 3 kids is a very, very good trick still, and that'll allow us to finish off the boss very quickly. And I think we have time
A solid Kids Land overall, really. Happy with that.
Yeah.
It stinks to miss 4 kids, but very difficult trick, and getting the frame perfect pause was nice.
What cycle did you get there?
Quill cycle.
Okay, cool. So I was talking too much. I wasn't sure. Now, this game is pretty short, so we're already entering the last level. If you probably saw on the level select that there was 2 more levels. That was Antland and Desert Castle. We're not doing any kind of skip for that. The game just, when you beat level 1, it opens 2 and 3. If you beat 2 or 3, it opens 4 and 5. If you beat 4 or 5, it opens level 6. So here we are, we're in the last level. And this is one of the main reasons that we switched to the Japanese version of the game. We're gonna come up in 2 rooms here into a candle room, where we're lighting some candles to spawn platforms. The fires spawn at like 5 times the rate, maybe 6, of the English version. So we can just jump straight through that room, as opposed to the English version where there's a lot of waiting there. And it alone saves like 30 seconds. Originally we ran on US because back in the day we didn't know that the Japanese version was so much faster. Yeah, here's this candle room that I was talking about. Unfortunately, it didn't look like Kefka got good RNG on these spawns. These are RNG as to where they spawn, and in the first room specifically, you can skip some platforms if you get the good RNG for it.
We also got bad RNG in the first mirror room as well, where I shot a mirror. Those are RNG as well, as to which mirror is the correct mirror.
Gotcha.
This is
Oh yeah. The candle hitboxes are really janky. So Kefka just re-established those platforms by hitting them again when something went wrong, so he didn't fall down. As we're coming up to the end of the run here, I just want to mention real quick, because we'll need to have some time to talk during the final boss.
How was that for a save?
Yeah, that was something.
That was something.
Nervous for you.
That was something.
Got me stumbling on my words. This is RNG as well.
Pretty good RNG as well.
But yeah, I just want to mention that this game is a great first speed game to learn if anybody's looking to get into speed running.
All right, hold on.
Okay.
Oh, missed it first try. It's all right.
I'm gonna give Kefka more concentration.
Okay, and then I just fell off the edge. One more attempt, and then walk of shame. Oh, that sucks. No cuss fault today.
That's unfortunate. That's a really hard trick. You're trying to land on top of that pole and then do a pole vault move, and it's a really tight trick. It took hours to learn. So Kefka's going to be walking around here instead. But yeah, we have a very friendly Discord that you can find via speedrun.com. And we also just came out with a tutorial series. So whether you're like that donator earlier, who is one of the few people that remember the game and just wants to get into it, or whether this is your first time seeing it and you just think, that's really cool, we have that for you. Okay, final boss time. So this boss has two phases. First, you have to lick all of these little colored ball things, and Kefka just got what's called half cycle. Both of those arms will come out twice, but if you get them both before either one comes out again, we call it half cycle. Now
we are coming up on time. And time.
Nice. That was an excellent fight. So that boss, that can take minutes if if it really wants to mess with you too much. But Kefka got some really good RNG and had excellent execution. You can't discount that. Very, very good stuff, Kefka.
Thank you. And thanks for being here, Quill. It's a very short run, but I'm very happy to do it. As Quill said, we have a wonderful community. This game, we welcome all runners. Please come check it out. We have a wonderful community. Can't recommend it enough.
And thank you to GDQ for having it.
That too. And good luck to LoveBot on his Yoshi story run that's coming up. Super hype. And if you haven't seen a Yoshi story run, you're going to want to stick around. It's absolutely amazing.
Another game where a reptile sticks out a tongue.
Exactly.
Great times.
On the 64, no less.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you, Kefka14, for that Chameleon Twist run. Actually, I am also one of the people who remembers that game. I have beaten it myself, too. I always liked Fred the best, but Davy is cute. They're all cute, actually. Chameleons are just cute. Even though they don't really like chameleons in this game, but that's fine. They're still cute. That's how cute chameleons are, actually. They're cute even when they don't look like chameleons. Yeah. Let's see, Hooey Booey, which is a really good name, sends $25. So super excited to see a Chameleon Twist run after a friend introduced us to this wild fever dream of a game recently. Good luck. Mr. Gamey donates $100 and says, even after playing this myself, I still don't understand what's going on, but it looks fun. Huge shout out to my buddy Quill for doing commentary. Stay awesome. Glims TC sends $100 and says, meant to sleep until Chameleon Twist, but here we are at 6 in the morning. The runs have been phenomenal tonight, and I can't wait to watch some more. Thank you to all of you for sending in those lovely donations. All right. Boots42 sends $75. It says, "What an awesome week to have GDQ." And with that, we're going to have a quick word from MSF. So let's stick around and see what they got to say. It's probably some really awesome things.
Hi everyone, my name is Benjamin Waddle. I work for MSF as a psychosocial worker in Liberia. I want to say a very, very big thank you to every one of you for participating in this fundraising event. I want you to enjoy yourself, and as you enjoy yourself, I also want you to know that the funds that you raise really, really means a lot to the people of Liberia. Thank you so much. Enjoy every best that this day has to offer, and our special greeting, our special thanks to your family back home, and we look forward to seeing you in Liberia someday. Thank you very much.
Hello, everybody, and thanks for watching SGQ 2021. I am joined here today by LoveBot, who's running Yoshi's Story for N64. LoveBot, thanks for joining me today.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, so we're super excited to see your run coming up soon in the marathon. You have been running Yoshi's Story for a while now. It's been
Yeah.
something that you've been focusing on for a bit, but how did you pick up this game in the first place?
Well, sort of interesting, non-interesting story with me just getting my hands on a Japanese N64 and looking for games to play. Obviously picked up like Super Mario 64 and all those classics. And then I was just like browsing other games and I just stumbled upon Yoshi's Story. And I didn't really know anything about the game outside of having watched a few streams of it and stuff. Played the game once, and as soon as I finished the game, it took me like 2 hours or something. I was just like, I'm gonna speedrun this game,
Yeah.
and I've never looked back since.
Thanks.
I've
So
never put it down.
what was it that like really drew you towards Yoshi's Story? What is it about it that you like so much?
It's the fact that it's so short but jam packed with like tech. It's a very difficult game to play at a high level. It's a super easy game to pick up and start, and that's why I think it doesn't have that good of a reputation. Is because people, have played the game as a child and like, oh, it only took me like an hour or something to beat. You only play 6 stages. You just eat fruit, and there's no actual ending to the stage. Like, what's even the point? Um, but once you start getting through the few barriers there is, like the minute barriers, and you start pushing for world record and stuff, it gets really intense.
Mm. Yeah. Well, I know if it were me, I would just play it for the song after every stage because I mean
The
that's a
the
winner.
music the music is really good. The sounds, the just the visual aspect of the game is something I enjoy very much as well. Yeah.
So since you got into this game like almost 3 years ago, you've actually been able to feature it in quite a few different places. So can you talk a little bit more about that?
Yeah, I've been lucky enough to run the game at various marathons. One being ESA, I've done a few times before, both like in person and then after the lockdown happened and everything, it's been online. I've felt very fortunate, to be able to show this game off so many times and now on the big GDQ stage as well. Very exciting for me.
Mm. So, being that you're playing this game at such a high level, and being that it is a shorter speed run, it can be very, technical. Like the smallest mistake can really, cost you. What kind of challenges do you face when you're playing it in a marathon setting like this?
I would say one of the biggest things is just like making what seems to be tiny mistakes that
Mhm.
escalate completely and like derails the run. Um, Obviously, if you die in this game, like in any speed game, that's something that everybody can understand. Oh, the runner died, and that's like a big time loss. There's not that many places in the game where that's possible outside of making like really big mistakes. But
Mhm.
besides that, it's just like making small errors that slow. So in Yoshi's Story, everything that you do slows Yoshi down. He will come to a stop if you stick your tongue out, if you throw an egg, if you swallow an enemy. Anything will make Yoshi stop moving.
Mm.
So it comes to like the whole speedrun is about like mitigating all those time losses. So stringing all that together is like the biggest challenge really, and making it look impressive as you do it.
Well, and we can't talk about like hard sections of the speed run without addressing Jungle Hut, which is kind of the
True,
elephant in the
true.
room when it comes to
Yeah.
this run. I mean, that's kind of that's a big portion of the run. How do you plan to deal with that? How if that goes well, if that goes poorly, like within this marathon setting.
Yeah, so I actually learned the faster Jungle Hut route, which has been rerouted since. So there's now an even faster route that I haven't learned yet, which is just like I'm not gonna start learning that right before a marathon and then just derail the entire run. But the route that I'm going to at least be attempting to pull off is still very very fast. Requires some very fine movement, and if you move a little bit Yoshi to like one side or the other side, you despawn fruit, and now you have to suddenly reroute on the fly. Normally, we would reset a run, obviously, in a PB attempt, but in a marathon setting, I would have to suddenly figure out, okay, how am I going to reroute this stage and still make it look impressive and still make it like pretty fast? So that's going to be a hurdle for sure. But yeah, Jungle Hut, that's a big stage.
Yeah. Do you feel like your previous marathon experience helps with that, like rerouting things on the fly?
Yeah, for sure. I've had some marathon runs go less favorable, I would say. So I have experience in like continuing runs and making sure that they finish in like pretty good time anyway. Yeah.
Excellent. Well, we're so glad that you're bringing this game to be featured here at SGDQ, and we're really looking forward to it. So make sure to tune in for LoveBot's run, and LoveBot, good luck on your run, and thanks for being here with
Thank you
us.
so much. Thank you so much.
Thanks so much, everybody, and enjoy the rest of the marathon.